It's week 6 of the NFL, and we'll see Zaire Franklin. He's a nightmare to deal with in the front seven. It's the Colts and the Titans, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. You talk about this Titan defense. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Richardson. He'll get this one to Pittman.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Richardson looking to throw this. Delivers another one to Pierce. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 43. 14 yards that time for number 14. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. And that is incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now Richardson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the tight. There he goes, left side. And they're going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, in a great play for that defensive unit. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Colts offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll run. This is Khalil Herbert. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. There, Richardson back to throw it. Flush to his right. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. You talk about this Titan defense. This unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Roger McCreary, the man in the right spot to knock that away.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So here are the Titans now for their first drive. Leading them out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Miami.
And he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself right now, because he's coming off of a strong performance in their team's win last week. And you can just tell, even early in his rookie season, he's starting to get really comfortable out there, and things are starting to fall into place. In fact, in talking to the rival defensive coordinator, the team he's facing this week, he told me this young man's starting to get it.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 74 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Cockrell holds it in left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll set up the screen for Spears. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Tough spot here. Third down and 11. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Titans, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Here's Richardson to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a fourth down. On fourth down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And it's fielded at the 34. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Back to throw. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Here's 3rd and 7. They're going to look to throw. That's to the tight end, Wiley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll look to throw again. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Back to throw again. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones not having balls go through goalposts.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Richardson. He's got his man. It's Pierce. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Richardson looking to throw. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Over the middle. That's caught by Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
To the right side, this is Taylor. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Off play action. Richardson. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Back to throw. Richardson. This will be caught at about the 5. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
3rd and 20. They'll look to throw here. He's got him in, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. Here is 3rd down and 4. Looking to throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6. He'll drop to throw. That'll be complete to Okonkwo. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. That one's taken in by Spears. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll look to throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Okonkwo from 6 yards away. And the Titans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is now 14-10. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Tennessee score. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Richardson looking to throw this. That's complete to Pierce. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Connecting over the middle with Downs. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Richardson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Again, it's Richardson. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. To the sideline and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now out in front here. They've got it 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run by Pollard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 33. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's dumped off to Pollard. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Back to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
He saw the pressure and he got out, but he never got upfield. And the defense, they took full advantage of a rookie mistake there. They were able to add a big loss on the sack.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And that went to the right side and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Richardson. That one finds Pierce right side. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be fourth down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at about the 28. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense set to go again. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Got his man, Okonkwo.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Back to throw again.
He'll complete this one to Okonkwo.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
In motion goes the tight end.
That's caught. Left side, it's Burks.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Option play, here's Pollard.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. The slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
The Colts set to take over here offensively. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And taken right at the 35.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. On play action, they'll throw.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Over the middle, complete. It's Pierce. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard.
Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And Pittman going to have a Colts 1st down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. On the handoff, Taylor. And some room to roam now. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Taylor is into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Titans offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets. And it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's 2nd and 7. On the option left, Richardson. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Richardson looking to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Now this taken in by Downs.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the gun, it's Taylor.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're touching.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now. They'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So now the Titans down by 6. A minute 53 remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley.
Nice, well coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
He'll look to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down.
Back to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses that are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And they take a knee.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Taken from just outside the 30.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Indianapolis, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.